Fuck that shit.
Welcome back to Hampden Park. We're finally going to have a restart in this game. Score 1-0 for Scotland. After 10 minutes, the game was brought to a halt, but now they've been out there to sweep some of the water off the pitch. Georgia will get us back going here. Into the penalty box they come. The early effort on the right side of the penalty area. There's a statement of intent from Mikhail Tadze. Decent run down the right side from Ganidze. Shot about a metre wide of the far post, shooting from right to left across the face. So Angus Gunn will now have his goal kick, and still got a long, long way to go in this game. If you're still with us, thank you for joining on Flash Score. This is the UEFA Euro 2024 qualifiers, Group A. It is first against second, and Scotland scoring just before the game was suspended. A delay of over an hour and a half. So I've basically been twiddling my thumbs. Ball's in the back line with Porteous, Watford defender in his first year there in the west of London. But for Jack Hendry, now out to the left side. It's with Kieran Tierney, still the halfway line. Scotland looking to probe, looking for gaps. Finds Aaron Hickey, the former Bologna man, now with Brentford. A lot less water off the pitch, and it's a relief for a lot of these players. Unfortunately for Georgia, they conceded due to the waterlogged conditions. The ball just sitting perfectly, not taking its natural roll to the edge of the box. Instead, it sat there about 12 yards out from goal from a corner. And in came Callum McGregor with a thump at home. Now Scotland again in from the left side. And there's a good save from Mamardashvili. Decent run in though from McGinn and Andrew Robertson over on that left, the captain. The pressure, high offensive press here from Scotland. Well intercepted. Out come Georgia from the back line, and over halfway it's a bullocking run forward from Diwali. Now Ganidze trying to feed it back down the right touchline into an attacking third area. Scotland go to the safety of the boundary line with Kieran Tierney and his clearance. So we'll be taken on the right side of the pitch. Ota Kakabadze of Cracovia. It's the return. Tries a delicately low square ball. It's cut out by Scotland. They'll get their way down towards the halfway line. McGregor, the goal scorer. His pass goes directly out. Intended for Lyndon Dykes, Gold Coast Australian. And Dykes was waiting for that ball in from Robertson on the left, but didn't find its way to him. Georgi Mamardashvili was able to have that ball away. Woody Samuel will be disappointed with the way that Georgia conceded. But the luck of the draw could have happened for them down the other end. Now Tierney, long ball. Searching out Hickey, that is pinpoints. To the edge of the box he comes. He tries to chip over the head of Dykes. That'll be allowed to run by Kakabadze. Hickey, former Hearts player, second season coming up for him at Brentford. He's just 21, 6 professional goals. He's never scored for Scotland up on the ball again. Scotland persisting with the back three, and then one of Hickey or Robertson just pulling back to seal the space whenever they shift over from side to side. For now, Georgia with a good arc in the middle of the pitch, and Scotland have been asked the question to go around it one way or the other. Now Robertson finds McGregor out to the left Wiggins there. Now back again for Tierney. Willie Sagnol, the Georgia coach, he said that they want to go on with a positive evolution from the past 2 years. The Georgia sides will next take on Spain in September in their next qualifying match. They have one win and a draw from their opening 2 games, attempting to qualify for their first major tournament in history since leaving the Soviet Union in the 1990s. An attacking brand spearheaded by Kavica Kvaratskhelia, who hasn't been on the ball yet. Deft chip comes in and Dykes headers downwards, and it hasn't found its way into the goal. It looks like it's diverted off a Georgia defender. From the left coming into the right side, Dykes right on the edge of the 6-yard line, angled it back towards Mamardashvili. It's going to be a Georgia goal kick, in fact. So after all that, no changes to the lineups. Scotland now coming forward again through Scott McTominay. Good cross in towards McGinn, but bypasses the Scotland number 7 and will be blasted upfield by Kakabadze. Headed down by Hendry. Then put forward again for a swift counter-attack down the right wing. But that'll bounce over the touchline only just as Luka Ganidze got forward, the Dynamo Moscow 20-year-old midfielder, still able to get off the mark for his nation. McTominay in splendid form for his nation. Scored a double against Spain. Also a double against Cyprus. One ball put forward by Scotland, away by Kashia. Mamardashvili won't keep that in. It's had a back pass. It's gone beyond him. In fact, it's a ricochet off Dykes. So the goal coming from Callum McGregor. Now it's Georgia with a goal kick. Mamardashvili to take it from the left side of the goal box. A low clearance. Finds its way to halfway, but McTominay's there. Peels the ball. Good effort to take it away from Kvaratskhelia. Now inbound into the penalty box. Body to body. Gilmore will win a corner. Really good work there from the Scottish midfielder from Brighton. And what he was looking to do was hobble it back off Kvaratskhelia. And he's won a corner spectacularly. Would be a bonus if they could get another goal from here. This is how they scored prior to the suspension in play. Corner in from the right side on the left boot. This time it goes all the way to the back post. Ganidze can't get his way out of danger. Scotland with a throw in a high attacking area left side of the pitch. Tierney will take. The 19th minute of the game. Over a 90-minute delay. Toiling away were the ground staff. It was a collective effort. The rollers, brooms turned upside down to be makeshift rollers. Dozens of them out there doing their best to make sure the game could restart. Now, on the opposite side, ball's found its way and will be controlled by Hickey. Robertson will go all the way back to his goalkeeper in Angus Gunn. Norwich goalkeeper pumps it forwards. That's a well sought out kick because over on the left it's Kieran Tierney. It's the attacking third. It's with him out on the wing. Still, decent looking cross. It was there to be tucked on, but no one could get a foot to it. Kvaratskhelia will come back very deep to regain possession for Georgia. After 3 or 4 passes, it'll end up back with him. He tries to switch play. This will be brought down by Mikatadze. Long range effort comes to the disappointment of Ganyudze, who's the third man running forwards. Georgia's Mikatadze scored in the last two internationals against Cyprus and Norway. Scotland leading at Hampden Park by a goal to nil. Just 29% of ball possession for Georgia. But we've had double the amount of play since we've restarted. Pitch looking okay. That's well done by McGinn. McGregor down in the left channel into the half space. It'll be picked up by the Georgian captain, Gidon Kasia. Out to the right it goes. Kabadze inbound for Eskiri. Settled down with Kvaratskhelia, a lateral run, as we see him do so often. Now it's Robianidze, over for the number 5, which is Kvaratskhelia in his 50th international tonight for Georgia. Steve Clarke, the Scottish coach, who said that there's plenty more to come from the Scotland side. Looking to make it a perfect beginning, 4 from 4. They haven't done that ever in history. They've never won the opening 4 qualifying matches. And if they can keep a clean sheet, they will have effectuated that. And big things on the horizon for them. Hickey now. The ball finally comes to a stop because of how waterlogged the pitch is. Get enough power behind the ball. It will bounce on. In the first 10 minutes before the game was suspended, it was just simply stopping. And the likes of Hickey were trying to dribble the ball around, and he'd run forward a couple of meters and the ball wouldn't have moved at all. It just stayed in the same position from where he tapped the ball. That's how heavy the ground was. Georgia with it, and over the halfway line, a good pass. It's a 50-meter switch out to Kvaratskhelia. In these conditions, it's not suitable for his darting runs. Trying to beat players with step overs, jinking one way then the other. Seeing some stunning goals from him with Napoli, including against Sassuolo when he took on the side with a run from the halfway line. Beat 4 defenders on that occasion, and then the goal against Atalanta, where he bamboozled 3 or 4 in the penalty area and then smashed the ball into the roof of the net. Scudetto winner in his first season. Big raps on him. Now Kasia. There's a narrow press from Scotland. McTominay and McGinn up forward. And Mamarashvili will clear. Header from Hendry. The ball is deflected past Hendry. Up comes Gunn. Finds Hickey very wide on the right. Georgia starting to get into this game a little. Now through Diwali. He's quite a tall midfielder. Plays his football with Apoel in his first year in the Cypriot League. Formerly with Ferencvaros. Has 1 goal for his nation in his 28th cap tonight, Lasha Diwali. He's on the ball again on the left side, just around the halfway line. Finds Kvaratskhelia. He's well marshalled by Ryan Porteous. His challenge allows McGinn on the ball. And Kvaratskhelia tracking back. Lovely stuff from Georgia number 7. Draws in the last challenge. And Georgia will have a free kick on the halfway. 25 minutes gone. Scotland winning by a goal to nil. And this game scheduled to finish a little while ago. It's played quickly. Mikatadze has it. Nowhere to go. Quite isolated out on the left. And Kvaratskhelia is still reeling from that challenge. A little bit fragile at times. The ball played over his head now. Never looked like he wanted to receive that pass. And Scotland have fished it away. Out to the left, they'll come through Kieran Tierney, the ex-Celtic man, now with Arsenal. 4 years with Celtic and 4 years now with Arsenal. Very nearly kind of season for him. 27 games with the Gunners and no goals. On the ball he is, out to the left will find Robertson from Liverpool in for the goal scorer for tonight, McGregor. And again, it's McGregor into the attacking third. Puts the ball through for his captain, who'll win a corner left side of the pitch as it's come off Kakabadze. Now Georgia playing with a 3-5-2, seeing as it's been such a long time since the initial kickoff. We'll go through the 11s again straight after this corner. Will be McTominay to take. 5 goals for him, 4 of them in the past few games. Launches it in to the back post. It's hasn't reached the intended target of Tierney. It's there to be hit again through McGinn. His shot came off a couple of Georgian defenders and bounced outside the area. Now through McTominay again. They'll get things restarted. 40 metres will be sent to the right side of the pitch. It's there for Hickey to bring down. Takes it away from Kvaratskhelia. Hickey threads it through. It was earmarked for Tierney. He'll be allowed to run out by Diwali. Georgia with the goal kick. Some of the other scores: Austria 2, Sweden 0. Austria, another kind of force. Now Baumgartner with a double in the final 10 minutes of that one. Luxembourg, that's a historic win away at Bosnia. A 2-0 win, a goal in each half. Not helped by Bosnia's penalty miss when the scoreline was 1-0. So it's quite outstanding. I haven't seen that too often. Luxembourg getting any kind of win. They're third in that group, and they go a further 3 points away from Bosnia. 4-point gap between Luxembourg and Bosnia there. Portugal on top of that group with Slovakia. It is mesmerising from Luxembourg. They'll be celebrating there this evening. Such a tiny little state. They'll be proud of their boys. An away win as well in Bosnia. Kasia on the ball. Now Kakabadze. The way that Willie Signol is set up, he has Diwali always wide out on the left. Now getting back is Vic Velia. Now Georgia's given it away. Picked up by McGregor. Out to the left for Dykes. He sends it in and it's smashed away by Gagidze. That was just a schoolboy error to allow Scotland to burst forwards. Gagidze just putting himself in the right place in front of the left post. Throw for Scotland, left side of the pitch. It's well worked by Gilmore. It's having a fine game. The ball will be sent through from Robertson. It's over hit. One of us really with a goal kick. Slovakia beating Liechtenstein away 1-0. Goal coming from Vavro. Estonia losing at home to Belgium 3-0. And it's Bakayoko who scored at the end of that game after Lukaku's brace. Long ball sent down the pitch by Georgia. Throws out of bounds. Kasia, 35-year-old captain from Slovan Bratislava. Plays his football in the Slovakian league. 22 games there this season. And I guess you could say he's in the winter of his career now. Comes and collects the ball, takes it away from Dykes. Now Kvaratskhelia. Good triangular passing from Georgia, but they're still in their own half on the left edge of it. Now it's put himself high enough to instigate something. Shipped over by Ketiashvili to the right side. Kakabadze trying to chime in. Now Kashia. Scotland very compact. They're going to defend this 1-0 lead on the half-hour mark. We are. Diwali. Kashia. Georgia trying to set up by going around the horseshoe in the middle. There's nowhere to go. Scotland's simply too good. It's all about the work you do off the ball. It's inevitable that Georgia will have a chance or two. And still unbeaten since the beginning of the qualifiers. They've strung about a couple of dozen passes here. That was an offside call, surely. That comes. It's against Ketiashvili. Just had to be a little smarter there. Scotland's back four, just stepping up at the right time. I guess it's about what can Georgia do through their two main creative outlets, Ketiashvili and Kvaratskhelia. It's Kavanagh that will attract the attention of the Scottish defence. An average of 4.5 shots per game over the past 8 games for him for his nation. And in this squad, he has the most goals for them, 10 in total. Next up is 5 for Kvilataya, who's on the bench this evening. And then Mikhail Tadze with 4, and same with Zivzivadze. All forward, played towards Ketiashvili. And it's very... Decent cross in on the left foot, but it's really was letting it near post. Good header to safety, and then it'll be cleared. Across the ground, Georgia coming again. Becoming hustled by Dykes. The Australian Scots cleared down the line. Good diving header. It's come through from Kakabadze. Scotland throw in their own half. Georgia working hard to get territory. Over the 3, Poland 2. That's what I was expecting to see, especially after Poland was leading 2 goals to 0 at half time. Nicolaescu with a double, and Boboglo in the 85th minute made it 3-2. That is another historic moment for some of these former Soviet republics. It's Norway with a 3-1 win over Cyprus. And these lines, Slovak and Poland, and so we've done it. That's a 3rd minute. Consolation goal, but Harlem with a double. Iceland losing at home to Portugal by a goal to 0. Cristiano Ronaldo in the 89th minute. Wouldn't you know it? Cross comes in for Scotland. It's a really dangerous delivery. Two Scottish players go down in the slippery conditions. They're coming back, but they're on the right wing. Same with Diwali. He's giving it away to the Manchester United man, who has won himself a corner. So another set piece for Scotland on the right side of the pitch. What a delivery that was from the captain, Andrew Robertson, though. Creating all manner of problems for Georgia down that left touchline. Short corner taken, McGregor. Diagonal pass for Hickey. Now it's central, but 40 yards out. Hook back over to the right side. That's a decent layoff. McGregor needs to scoop this, stand it up. It's not high enough. Kvaratskhelia will clear. There's 2 Georgians forward, but there's 3 Scotsmen back there. Cleared again to safety. This time by Hendry. Quickly taken throw. Kvaratskhelia tries one from about 45 yards from near the touchline. Tried to chip it over Angus Gunn. Not in these conditions. Perhaps at the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, somewhere in Italy, that's where you've been pulling off some of the world's best goals of the season. But in these kind of conditions, you have to get under the ball, but there's so much water on the pitch. It's quite difficult to really send balls long, especially from that distance, where he was trying something audacious. 35th minute, Scotland 1, Georgia 0. Willie Sagnol saying that all the pressure is on Scotland's shoulders. They're the ones playing at home. It's all about discipline and intensity. And they need to be a little more disciplined at the back, Georgia. Can't fault them for conceding the first one, apart from giving away the corner. The way the ball sat perfectly in the wet for McGregor to plough home. There's not really much you can do against that. Hungary, they defeated Lithuania by 2-0. It was Varga with the opener, and then 7 minutes from time was Saleh. Hungary unlucky not to make the UEFA Nations League semi-finals. Italy taking their place. Here's Robertson, a dashing run into the box. This might just run over the byline, indeed it does, but the effort was there. And setting an example, an inspiration to the rest of his players. He's been firing them up. When the game was delayed, he was constantly trying to keep his players interested in staying kitted up, staying warm, kicking the ball around, and the kind of spiritual leaders that a nation like Scotland needs if they're going to make another international tournament of a major kind. Looking to make the second in a row. Spearheaded now by Dykes, who is up forward. McGinn, McGregor and Gilmore with McTominay just behind him. Dykes on it now, 30 yards out. Just lays that off for Gilmore. It's been kept in. Can scoop it in. Dykes was waiting, but out come Mamardashvili, the Valencia goalkeeper, with two hands, can roll it forwards. McTominay just standing his ground and making Luka Ganidze go backwards. Here's that link between defence and attack. Even the defence and the rest of his midfield players. Ganidze, 4 changes for Willie Sagnol. Ganidze was one of them, coming in for Kokolashvili. Scotland with it, but there's an overhit pass. Hickey won't keep it in. It was Ryan Porteous trying to find him. Hendry, Tierney, Porteous at the back with Hickey and Robertson on the wings. Angus Gunn in goal. We have another 7 minutes until the break. Hopefully, the match officials and referee have had a word with both sets of players about stoppage time. Don't want them taking too long to just in case they want to simulate pressure moments. We'll always see players go down, and last night we saw with France against Greece, it was 14 minutes of stoppage time in the second half. Absolutely, it was amazing. It was torture as well. France looking for every which way to not score. Out wide for Ketlishvili. About 30 yards out from Angus Gunn's goal. Now it's with Kashia on a halfway line for Georgia. A mid-block from Scotland. Staggered defence. Ball's rolled out, so there'll be a Scotland throw. Left side of the pitch. Poor work there from Kakabadze. At least he got forward to offer something different. Really, Sagnol is a little perplexed with another poor skill error there from Georgia. Georgia has won 12, drawn 4 of their past 24 matches. So won half of those. Willie Sagnol has been with them since 2021. Before that he was caretaker and also assistant with Bayern. Spent some time coaching with Bordeaux, French under-21s. 58 caps for Le Bleu. Scored a penalty against Italy in that famous shootout in 2006 in Germany. That's where it's returning next year for this competition. Here's McGregor out wide for Robertson. Back to McGregor. Diagonal pass backwards. Header comes from McGinn and sends it to the left of the left post. He was quite static in his movement. It's just well held by the Georgian defender, not allowing him to keep his balance. 5 minutes to go until the break. Some injuries for Scotland. Patterson, Suter and McGrory left out due to injury. And Hickey, quite proud of his country after they defeated Norway away. He said that playing against Erling Haaland away in Norway and beating them is quite good for your confidence. Oh, that's a shocking ball in for McGinn, but he swung and not made good contact, and perhaps that will level the playing field here, because the water allowed Scotland to get their first goal, and now the water making it difficult for McGinn. At the left side of McTominay, and past Katalishvili. It's got the bleach blonde locks out there this evening. And Porteous, McGinn, back to Porteous, getting a little closer through Hickey. In the attacking half, Scotland, but not really going places yet. Looking for the right moment to pass forward. There's a sturdy challenge, all taken away, and Georgia can come down the right flank. And again, the ball, just when you think it's going to sit inside, just rolls over, and Georgia's counter-attack comes to nothing. And again, surely needed to strike that ball home just a couple of minutes ago. Georgia back into attack now. Mikhail Tunset, very deep, long way from goal. Should be hovering on the edge of the penalty box. Instead, he's about 30 yards out. Trying to join in, make sure there's a link from side to side. Georgia sent it 40 yards backwards. Again, it's testament to the good pressing and the zonal defence of Scotland. At times they are man marking, but for the most part it's quite zonal. Gilmore picks it up in the middle of the pitch. First time pass forward from McGinn. Dykes thought about striking it from 30 yards. McGinn, very careful with his passing selection. McGregor, into the box they come, Scotland. The strike comes, and somehow it's been deviated. McTominay looking for the far corner from the left side of the penalty area. He has picked the right post, and it was going in. It's harrowing into that bottom corner. What a save that is from Georgi Mamardashvili. Scotland, on more than one occasion, going close to the second goal of the evening. Now, of the squad, McGinn has 16. Who delivers this? Good header up from Georgia. Back from McGinn, out to the right, to the back post. And I think Scotland are saying that's header Georgian. It was Kieran Tierney who was waiting. He had an awkward bounce to deal with. 90 seconds to go until the end of the first half. In a long, long night, Scotland with another corner, but from the left. Going to be McTominay. Tonight's referee is Van Vard, making sure that Jack Hendry and Mamardashvili don't come to blows. So a slight delay here as the referee sorts this drama out. Now we're ready for McTominay's corner. Sends it in from the right. And again, it's deep off the head of Ryan Porteous. And behind for a Mamardashvili goal kick. It's good to see the fans rewarded for sticking around for over an hour and a half. That delay was excruciating. Scotland coming into this game on the back of 4 wins and a draw. That's in competitive games. Beat Norway, beat Spain, beat Cyprus, and beat Ireland in the Nations League B division. Through with Ukraine 0-0. Last chance here for McGinn. He'll strike this. It's hit a defender and sailed over the top. Another corner for Scotland to see at the end of this half. It is their leading scorer, John McGinn, who starting to impose himself. And that's come off we're going to attempt to pronounce this. Kvesveskiri. Nika Kvesveskiri. Okay, so coming in from the right side. McGinn again. Plenty of flight on that. Will sit for it's an acrobatic attempt. Free kick's been given for that from Porteous. 4 minutes of stoppages, would you believe it? If you're watching this one in Europe, this game is going to finish after midnight for you. Oh, lovely work. Georgia coming forward as a tug of the jersey, but eventually this fine work of Ketiashvili will find Kvaratskhelia to the edge of the box. He's double teamed, and the ball will be kicked away from him by Billy Gilmore. Throw for Georgia. About 30 yards down on the left hand side. Diwali. And it comes again. First time pass. It's a good release there for the number 10, Ota Ketiashvili. Finds Kvaratskhelia, wants to find half a yard. Squares it up. Long range effort comes. And immediately hits a Scot. And that shot was a pot shot by Nika Kvesveskiri. Nika Kvesveskiri was a hell of a name to learn. I'd like to cover through the pages of the Georgian phone book. Scotland now have it with a couple of minutes to go. This is good. McTominay had it taken away by Kasia. Good defending. The Georgian captain. The Crusaders, they're known as Kvaratskhelia. Now Kvaratskhelia, one way then the other, into the half space. Tries to dance his way through, still has it, scoops it back, and nearly arrived for the head of Mikhail Tadze. What is the danger we've now seen for the first time in this game from Kavicha Kvaratskhelia? Kvesveskiri, his teammate. And you look at the two names, Kvaratskhelia looks a lot more daunting to say. I've said it so many times throughout this season that it rolls off the tongue. 1 more minute of stoppages in the first half. Scotland leading Georgia by a goal to nil. Here's Kvara again, but the ball's been kicked into him. Quite unnecessarily. Yellow card is about to be shown to Aaron Hickey for a challenge in the lead up. The first one of the evening. That's for his challenge. And that is for the challenge on Nika Kvesveskiri. Also had to be him. 30 seconds to go. Can either team get something very, very late? Georgia passing it backwards. They're happy just not to go 2-0 down heading to the break. Plenty of time left for them to rescue something from this game. Finally comes over to the right side. This is with Kakabacho, 27-year-old from Cracovia. Long ball. It's a decent bit of work there. Tierney had a fair bit to deal with. He turned it away. That'll be a Georgian throw. There might not be time for that. Referee's checking his watch. Might be the last action. No, he's not going to allow it. Referee Isvan Vad from Hungary brings the first half to an end. Incredible here at Scotland. A waterlogged pitch. A goal from Callum McGregor in the 8th minute, side footing home. And the Georgians Well, in breaking news, we're going to have a second half here at Hampden Park. Still dry enough to play on. Still good enough for us here on Flash Sport, the audio broadcaster of the UEFA Euro qualifiers for 2024 in Germany. Here with David Sherini, your match commentator here. Group A, it is league leaders Scotland against Georgia, who come to this one in second place. They get us going, and Kvaratskhelia kicks us off. Georgia in the white and reds, going from left to right. Immediately in the back line, and it'll be Cashier to bring it forward. Lots of space in front of him. They'll come down the right into the attacking half. Scotland come. The pass is intercepted by McGregor, who has the only goal of this game, scored before the 90-minute delay. Georgia now trying to persevere through a packed area. Gilmore's been sensational. And again with a header. Georgia insistent though. Down the line they come. It's an offside call against Kitiashvili. Taken quickly by Tierney. Porteous now. Still in the defensive half for Scotland. Decides to go back to Jack Hendrick, out to Tierney. Long ball down the left. Scotland coming inbound. It's sort of the edge of the box for a shot here. Oh, it's in at the near post. That is a wonderful finish from Scott McTominay. And Scotland double the lead in the 47th minute at Hampden Park. A left foot sweep home. Welcome from the left. Dykes pulling up with McTominay. Scotland are looking for good in this qualifying campaign. Ball came through, made by a Georgian defender. That's come off Ota Kakabadze, and then it's sat for McTominay to bring it down with the right boot and slam it with the left in at the near post, narrowly beating Mamardashvili. This is good watching. McTominay now has 6 goals for Scotland. He's scored a brace against Cyprus, a brace against Spain. That's his 5th of this qualifying series. Scotland scoring early in the second half. Tartan Army are loving this. Perhaps some repayment for them sticking around for that lengthy delay. From the kickoff, Scotland will have a throw. Right side, defensive area. Coming forward is McTominay. Will overrun the ball, and Georgia will come back centrally. This time it's through Ganidze, Kakabadze, Kaisha. First time ball forwards. This might open up on the right here. This is good with Kitiashvili. Needs to link up with Mikatadze. He tried to walk the ball under his legs for the run of a teammate Kitiashvili. Kvaratskhelia all alone on the far side. Ball won't reach him. Comes back to Kakabadze. Diagonal pass. Here comes Mikatadze. We know that they just want to get it to Kvaratskhelia to work his magic. Instead, Scotland happy for Kakabadze to have it. To the edge of the box he comes, towards the byline. Now into the area, half space. The cross is not a good one from Ganidze. And away comes Scotland again. Here comes McTominay. Has 2 players, needs to pick a pass. Finds Lyndon Dykes. Comes inside, still going. It was Ganidze. He got back in time, but Scotland retrieve through McGregor. Out the left they come. Attacking area, probably about 30 yards out. McGregor now goes backwards to Tierney. Just happy to play keep ball now. Scotland with the 2-goal leads. Willie Sagnol. Sometimes you can't keep out certain goals. It was just beautifully hit by Scott McTominay. The way he brought the ball down in the wet and then struck it so cleanly. I don't think Mamardashvili was expecting that. It really was a rocket, skidded off the surface in low at the left post in that corner there. And from a little further left, that's where he hit it from, right on the edge of the box. Long ball skids off the feet and it swerves out of play. Georgia with a throw. Steve Clark, the coach, will be satisfied so far. Said he wanted to keep the momentum going. And a win here will keep that going. And Scotland with 40 minutes to see out this game. It'll be a late finish. Georgia trying to open up the right channel. Across comes Tierney and belts it down the pitch. Dykes came, took a touch off the number 5 Solomon Kvalia. So that'll be a Scotland throw. McTominay awaits. It's only 26, Scott McTominay. Feels like he's been around for a long, long time. And he's Scotland's hero in terms of getting goals. Showing that he's got some clever play, some intelligence in his arsenal. Now, Ganidze to the right through Kadeshvili. Did the ball go out? Scotland seemed to believe so, but they've won it back in any case. All the way back to Porteous. Scotland retreat to their own half, draw out a zonal high press from Georgia. Gilmore sent it forward. McTominay with a heavy touch, brought down by Cashier, swung high towards the halfway line. Every ball is a 50-50 right now. And this is a free kick going against Scotland. Hickey needs to be careful. This is on a yellow. But it's Skelia has made his way over to the right side of the pitch. Scotland with it now. It's open up for Hickey. Still there for McGregor. And that's gone out for the Mamardashvili goal kick. But every time Scotland look like they're attacking down the right side, they look so dangerous. And Georgia, they have been lacking, really finding it hard to link up from midfield to their front line. Kitejshvili unable to find Kvaratskhelia for the most part of this game. Very different kind of game to the one he plays with Napoli and Scotland in red hot form. Brought down by Kvekveskiri. Kvara now on the ball, gets around 1, then 2, can hit this from long range if he wants, instead feeds it to Mikhail Tadze, moves it on. Georgia just couldn't get the strike away there. Stunning defender. It came from the captain, Robertson. Now Lyndon Dykes took a touch from behind, wins Scotland a free kick, but they're still in their own half as they were looking to exit. Every time Kvara does get on the ball, he's looking like an excitement machine. Put around Hickey, then around Gilmore. He's able to jink one way, then the other. He is a national treasure for Georgia. Left Dinamo Batumi after leaving Ruben Kazan. Went back home. And Dinamo Batumi with a nice little earner there. 10 million euros. Sold him to Napoli. Nice addition to the front line there with Politano and Osimhen Zielinski. McTominay comes deep. So it was Dykes. Scotland into the attacking. Reaches it on. And it's cut off by Kabir Kibelia. It's well done by Porter. He's got forward and in the way of his Georgian opponents, which was Ketiashvili. Some space here. Scotland coming forward. Little ball that's gone into the box, then back out. The shot came from McGregor. And let's put that over. It was all of his own doing. Tried to feed it through from McTominay. And then when it bounced towards him, he went on the left boot to the far post. From in front of the goal, looking for the left corner. We'll have a change. Veskiri out. Commentator's worst nightmare, but doesn't get any easier as Zivzivadze comes in. Diwali is the other player that comes off. And I will get around to saying his name. It's 2-0 here at Hampden Park. It's quite late, and I will get around to the substitutions. That is Kokolashvili, who's come in. So Zivadze wearing the number 8 for Georgia. Kokolashvili wearing the number 13. 2 substitutions for Willy Sagnon. Diwali and Kvek Veskiri coming out. The throw now coming from Tierney towards a halfway. Scotland trying to get out of their own defensive territory. Dykes moves it on and it's well done by McGinn. McGregor settles it down. First time pass. Opens up space from McTominay, from Robertson. Darting run through. And it's another shot from the edge of the box. This time on the right boot from Scott McTominay. But he's put this one wide. That is the ease that Scotland are getting forward and using physicality to just bump off any challenger. So Budu Zivzivadze is a forward. Let's see what he can do. Plays his football with Karlsruhe, German club. 29 years old. He played 10 matches this season there after leaving Fehervar. 1 goal for Karlsruhe. 1 is better than 0. Here comes Scotland again. 35 yards out with Robertson. Down the left, it was to keep this in, and he's been barged into. The referee said it was a 50-50 challenge. Georgia can make their way down the right touchline. It's well brought back in by Mikhail Tadze, who's been ordered by Sagnon to keep deep. Not push up too high because now it's Zivzivadze who's playing as the out-and-out striker. Chested down by Ketiashvili. The ball in, dealt with well by Hendrick. It'll sit for Kakabadze. Wonderful work from Dykes getting back. It'll be Ketiashvili to bring it back to the central defenders. Georgia all operating in the attacking half. Central area with the ball. Out to the left. It is Kokolashvili that's out there. Down the middle, Mikhail Tadze. Ketiashvili. Now it's Kashia. Kokolashvili up against Hickey. Left side of the pitch. Now back into the middle. Long range effort comes. It sizzles over the crossbar, over the mitt of Angus Gunn. And this was Ketiashvili. We've had enough. Realised Georgia weren't going to get any closer to goal. Central area to hit it from. About 32 yards from home. Nice drive. So Kokolashvili plays with Shakhtar Donetsk. 13 games there this season for a goal. Also played some Conference League. Played in Georgian Cup. Last season with the Sabortalo Tbilisi. Scotland has a throw left side of the pitch. Just into the attacking half with half an hour to go. What do they offer from the bench in terms of goals? Kokolashvili, Zivadze has 4 for Georgia. And he's playing his 19th this evening. As for Kokolashvili, his 5th game, no goals so far. Scotland in possession. Just some short passes between Tierney and McTominay. Now out for Hendry. Tierney goes forward first time. Dykes can't collect. It's picked up by McTominay, who's a standout player here, along with Robertson. And tireless down that left side. Mikhail Tadze brings the ball down. Scotland have given away a free kick to Georgia right on the halfway line. Kvaratskhelia takes it short. He's only got 2 players in front of him. Have to be one of those zigzagging runs. He charges forward to be one of the final 2 attackers, but the ball is still central. And it's with Kvaratskhelia. Now Kasia chips it forward. Kvaratskhelia, lovely little back heel. It doesn't go where it was supposed to. Now McTominay can slide it forward. Dykes coming forward. Mamardashvili slides and collects. Dykes looking for his 10th for Scotland. The Crusaders here from Georgia. Not really invading anything and changing anything in the northern part of the United Kingdom, though. Not sure if they really wanted to play this game, given the offer of delaying it. A lot of times it didn't look like the players wanted to be out there on the pitch. Always at risk of injury to each and every player. Here's Kasia on the halfway line for Georgia. They chip it over. Left side is a good one for Kokolashvili. As the play in Kvaratskhelia. Around Porteous keeps it in. One way then the other. That's lovely. The skill there from Kvaratskhelia. Still going. Needs some help. It breaks down for him. And then Georgian player goes down in a big heap. It's play on though from the Hungarian referee Istvan Vads. Hickey will bring it forward. It's come off Zivadze. It'll be a Scottish throw. Lobjanic has been quite one of the quieter players. And he will come to the sideline. So in comes the number 9, Davidashvili. So Willie Senor rolling the dice here, bringing in another striker. It's Zuriko Davidashvili. Plays his football with Bordeaux in the French First Division. Has 5 goals. Bordeaux actually playing in the League 2. And they finished 3rd, so no automatic promotion for them. But Davidashvili playing there and former Dinamo Batumi player, alongside Kvaratskhelia by the look of things. Also a Rubin Kazan player before that, so some of these players with the same journey. Not quite the same calibre as Kvaratskhelia though. Scotland with it in their back thirds. It's with Hendry. Quite a compact back three. Not much space between them, maybe 8 or 9 metres. Trying to force Georgia to go around the side of them. Long ball for Scotland doesn't work out. Here's a forward run from Zivzivadze. Players getting bowled over. Out for Robertson. Georgia with a bit more gusto. And they're pressing right now. 2-0 down with 25 minutes left. Out from McGregor here. Now it's McGinn. Central area of the pitch. Forced to go backwards. 2 banks of 4 for Georgia as they look to defend. Hendry chips it over to the right side. Well brought down by Aaron Hickey. Still around the halfway line though. Well worked passing. Going backwards though, Scotland. They are playing like a team possessed up. T in it. Delightful pass. Finds Robertson. Down the line he goes. McGregor takes on the man, which is Kvaratskhelia. Georgia come away with it. Down the right for them. Over the halfway. Sliding challenge from behind from Robertson. Took the man. Sure he got some of the ball, but this is a yellow every day of the week. Now, both wingers for Scotland are on yellows. Both Robertson and Hickey. Really was unnecessary from Robertson, but he's showing that he has desperation. He wants to be the Scottish captain to lead them to Germany 2024. Taken backwards from Kakabadze. Georgia with it. It's gone all the way back to Mamardashvili though. He's Ganidze. Out to the right it comes for Georgia into the attacking half. Slowed down though by Davidashvili. Goes backwards. Some side-to-side movement. Now diagonal. Kakabadze needs some players in front of him. He's got 3 Jordans to choose from. It's now shipped out. It's a poor pass from Ganidze, trying to caress it. He's intervened and now he's brought down from behind by Ketiashvili. That will be the first yellow for Georgia. Minutes to go. 3 yellows in total now between the 70 minutes that we've had, plus 90 minutes of delay. Georgia defending. Some confusion at the back, but shepherded over the byline here. Thought out by Guram Kashia, the captain. Now out to the right it comes. Settled down by Zivzivadze. Now Gokolashvili. Long ball comes. Is there something in behind? Georgia trying to attack the space for Mikhail Tadze. In the end, it's going to be a goal kick for Angus Gunn. Titan Army enjoying this. They are here in the tens of thousands after After wins over Norway, Spain, Cyprus, they're looking to take down Georgia. Upcoming games is the next round for Scotland. It's the away game against Cyprus. And defeated them in the first game of the qualifiers. McGinn and McTominay with a double. They've scored at least twice in the past 3 competitive games, Scotland. And they will make that 4 tonight. They've scored 2 here. So in terms of goals, Scotland are outdoing their opponents. They've only conceded once so far in these qualifiers, and they've now scored a total of 9. They'll have 12 points if they can hold on here. McGinn dishes that off. McTominay has Dykes holding his hand up in from the right. Scotland coming through Hickey. He's held up. Back down the line he goes. And it's with Jack Hendry in the centre circle. Using Gilmore as a passing option. 1-2. Hendry comes forward, instigates something again through Hickey, who's jogging. That's the return pass. Here comes Hickey into the box. That's interesting from Scotland, who have earned themselves a corner as the ball is put behind by Ganidze. Has been tireless as well with Ganidze of Dynamo Moscow. Played 20 games in this season there, in his first year since leaving Ural. Corner from the right side of the pitch. McGinn and McGregor are over there. Aston Villa man. And Celtic taken back to Billy Gilmore. Now under the tutelage of Roberto De Zerbi. Good ball in, surely. That needed to be steered in. Needed to be a better header. It was a 3-on-1 there. The only player tracking back was Takabaje, as Dykes and Porteous were queuing up. Georgia have it back. It's Cashier, the captain. Lovely switch of play over to the left touchline. Who else? But it's Skelly to receive now. It's interesting. He's won that ball back. There's now being flicked on towards the penalty spot, but Scotland can deal with it. Georgia still with it. Takabaji about 30 yards out, but on the right side of the pitch. Back with him now. He needs to find a man in there. To the near post it comes. Gunn. And then the volley comes with a semi-open goal. Needed to be rammed home. It wasn't by Mikhail Tadze. But this is one of the most dangerous plays we've seen from Georgia. Gunn was able to scoop it away from goal. Mikhail Tadze on the left side of the left post from about 9 yards. With plenty of power and whip on his attempt at goal, has dragged it 74th minute, and that would have brought it back to 2-1, and then it was game on. Gunn takes the resulting goal kick. Now the headers are coming. Chested down by Dykes, who was flattened as he tried to round the last defender. Georgia have the ball though. There's a fair challenge. Takabaji plays with Cracovia, former Luzerne and Tenerife player. Over 50 caps for his country. He's 56th tonight, but still goalless. One would really help out Willy Sagnol. McGregor, scorer of tonight's opening goal. Robertson. Still velocity that Scotland can move this ball around the pitch. It's really a sight to see. It's a level of a European flavour of football. That's a hand grabbing the shirt there from Luka Ganidze. Needs to be careful. I think he's gone into the book here. Cynical foul, if there ever was one. Indeed he has gone into the book. It's 2 yellows now for the Georgians. 15 minutes to go. So it's 2 yellows for them in 6 minutes. Free kick taken on the halfway line. It's moved out to the left. McGregor down the left sides. Backtracks, waits for support. Billy Gilmore arrives. Tries to go through the legs. Doesn't manage it. That'll be a Georgian throw. Steve Clark still yet to make his first substitution. His 45th match in charge tonight for Steve Clark. 22 wins, 10 draws, 12 losses. 50%. I'll just go over that now. That win percentage. Played 6 times for his nation as well, which is Scotland. Former Newcastle caretaker, then went to West Bromwich, Albion, Reading, Kilmarnock, and then from there he took over in 2019. So a tenure of 4 years for the Tartan Army. Good turn, Georgia away. Approaching the halfway, through the legs of McTominay, and now down the left side for Georgia. Trying something extravagant off the outside of the boot, but the ball was chipped in too close to Gunn, who was quick off his line. Rolls that around the edge of the penalty area. It's Tierney. Square it up for Hendry. Zuzivadze comes to offer some form of pressing. Scotland seem to have an outlet every time. It's all about accurate passing and team cohesion. Staying composed when you can. They've swung it from one side to the other now, Scotland, but with 3 or 4 passes to get from each side to the other. Gilmore now comes with the diagonal pass forward, vertical. Here's Dykes, shoots. Lovely defending though from Cashier. Scotland still coming, looking for the thirds. McGregor. It's picked up, a loose pass. Kvaratskhelia, he's got plenty to beat here. Needs a player to get forward and help him out. Kvaratskhelia still going. Might have to shoot. Instead he lays it off. Mikatadze is there. And he runs out of ideas. Scotland can now... Well, the referees actually stopped it after the ball's flattened Scotland. That's... It's actually Ryan Porteous who's been floored from Mikatadze's attempted chip. Trying to open up space behind the likes of Hickey and Hendry there. Now some changes for Steve Clark. Be a triple change. McGregor, Tierney and Dykes all coming up. So in comes Suter. His brothers Jack and Nisbet. Triple change. Scotland are back underway. And it's with Suter, his first run, scampering forward. Offers a vertical pass. It was aerial in the direction of Nisbet. McTominay trying to chase down Mamardashvili. It goes to the boundary. Right side throw in for Scotland. About 30 yards out from goal. 10 minutes to go. Suter recovering in time for this game. Rangers defender coming in. He's in the season where he's only played 12 times. Before that, he spent 7 years with Hearts. 26 years old, been around a while though. Suter in for his 7th international. Scotland coming down the right now. Paul McTominay had 2 to beat, couldn't beat them up. Ketiashvili. No one coming towards him. Feeds it on for Zivzivadze. Now Danidze for Kakabadze. Now, all of a sudden, the water seems to be holding up that ball on the right side of the pitch whenever Georgia go down there. Still in their own defensive half. Danidze. Good pass. Vertical. From Kaltadze. Lost it, then regained it. Was outdone by 2 Scotsmen. Picked his pocket. Another chip over the top. This is good. Half a chance here. Out comes Gunn. Saves the day, and then it's belted by Porteous into the stands. Looking to keep a clean sheet here. Not sure if he gets a bonus for international games, but definitely get a pat on the back from Steve Clark. Georgia just having a crack here. Not to the right, trying to isolate Kakabadze with Robertson. Tries the trick stick, doesn't come off. Starting challenge. Will work out for Scotland. Robertson chips it forwards. It's a delicate chip, but he's telegraphed, and now it's picked up by Cashier. Now the change. We want it's a player. It's Ganidze who's grabbing at his calf muscle and his right leg, and hopefully it's just a cramp. The way he's reacting, it looks like it's something quite serious. Oof. Up against substitute Jack. That is Ryan Jack of Rangers. 31-year-old plays in midfield. Perhaps just a bit of sting there because Danidze looks okay. A log pitch. A goal from Callum McGregor Emiet for a goal and 2 assists. Danidze coming over to the sideline. It looks okay. He's jogging, running it off. Ryan Jack in for his 16th cap for Scotland. As for Nisbet, his 11th. He has 1 goal. So now Georgia again persisting into the half space. Mikatadze almost got the shot off on his left. Took 1 touch too many. Away comes Scotland. Down their left side. The long ball now pinged forwards. There's a lot on that, and it's actually swerved the other way towards Mamardashvili. So the Hibernian striker Nisbet, it's Kevin Nisbet, is on. Goals in 19 games. It's not a bad return for Dunfermline and Wraith player. Partick Thistle, Ayr. Quite at Skelia. Centre of the pitch in this circle. His attempted pass down the middle didn't work out. Scotland have done well to dampen his effect on this game. Has had his moments. Now a chip forward comes from him, directed for Kakabadze, the right back who ploughed forward again. Good chest down from Cashier. Georgia will come again. Danidze. Now it's swung out by Ketiashvili to the left. Forward comes Gokashvili. Now central, 40 yards out. But it's Skelia. Trying to pass it very short. Looking for a gap to open up. Now this is good from Kokashvili. Central position here for Georgia. Lots of Scottish players to get it through though. Swung out to the left side and the shot will come, and it's again just called over the top of the crossbar. So they do try their luck from distance. The Georgians through Mikhail Tadze. On another night, he might have had 1 or 2 goals. Scotland are holding the line so well. Really is causing all manner of issues for the Georgians. We'll have another change. This is Billy Gilmore. He will come to the bench after starting the game, playing the first of 87 minutes. McLean will come in. He's got 4.5 minutes to impress. That is Kenny McLean of Norwich. In his season, 35 games for a goal. And overall for Scotland, this is his 31st cap. Scored twice before. Georgia again. Kvaratskhelia had his shirt tucked. Referee called play or no. Now McGinn feeds it on. Robertson carefully picking his option, but he's hit the ball and he's hit a bit of water before he made contact with the ball, so it didn't find its target. But a much more enjoyable game since the staff have been out there to clear all the puddles. Mikhail Tadze on the left, wins a throw. Georgia about 5 meters back from the byline, left side. Scotland free kick here. It's their number 20 who's gone down, which is Ryan Jack. So this free kick about 15 yards in from the right touchline, and Gunn will take it because it's quite deep in the Scottish defensive half. 3 minutes to go. Scotland lead by 2-0. Finally getting to the end of this one. It's been a 3-hour affair. A little more, actually. Probably 3 hours and a quarter when you count half-time and some of the stoppages. Huge delay after 10 minutes. The match officials had no choice but to suspend the match. And Georgia with a throw in their defensive thirds, left sides. Now the big switch comes. Ron McGinn made him a nuisance of himself. Scotland have won it back. Nisbet feeds it to Jack. Now down the right side, Hickey. Gives it all the way back to Sutar. A header forward. McGinn will receive on the left. He's waiting for the Georgian to come to him so he can pass it on. Sutar again. Robertson. It's been a professional performance, especially in these kind of conditions. Fair enough, it's been a disadvantage for Georgia, but it is a pitch that's waterlogged. Scotland had to play on it too. Sutar cross for Hendry. Done well to stave off the advances of Kvaratskhelia and Mikhail Tadze. Now Robertson, some open spaces down the left. On the wing, just about 20 yards out. Takes it backwards. And McLean. Sutar, Robertson again. And down it goes for Nisbet. Good sliding challenge, takes it away from him. And now Zivzivadze can move it along. Georgia down the left. Comes to a stop for Gokashvili. I think they'll just be happy to get back into the locker room, pack their bags and get on the plane home. kind of darting run through the middle. That was good until Jack Hendry got involved. He was the last defender. Georgia persevering down the left. Kvaratskhelia brings it back. Good challenge. Scotland quite ferocious still in their defending. They've had an injection of energy from the bench. Kenny McLean gave away a free kick goal. 4 minutes of stoppages. That was Katiashvili, who was taken down from behind, just caught by McLean. This is about 28 yards from goal. I think it's worth hitting in towards Angus Gunn. Scotland would relish a clean sheet though, but it is the Georgian superstar, Kvaradona. They've nicknamed him in Napoli. It's probably close to 30 yards. If there is a man that can do it, it is Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. 10 goals for Georgia. In line with the left post. He moves it, chips it over the top unselfishly. The back heel comes, and perhaps Kvaratskhelia was better off hitting it at goal. Really nice chip though. Not sure some of his teammates were on the same page. Into the second minute of stoppages, and Aaron Hickey's down. Another substitution with Christie coming in for McKim. Christie was the one change from the win away against Norway. Gilmore coming in. There is a penalty check going on. So McKim comes off. And in comes the number 11, Christie. Plays his football with Bournemouth. Successful season considering their start to the campaign. 32 games for a goal. Nearly into this third minute. Now the referee's coming over to check this penalty. Now Ryan Christie in for his 39th game for Scotland. He scored 5 goals before. Now this might be a handball against Hickey. An outstretched arm. Now, in my opinion, it's definitely hit the arm. It's away from the body. It's hit the elbow. Not sure he knew too much about it. He was off balance when it hit him. It's more a case of the ball hitting him than him trying to actually stick his arm out. And so Ryan Jack shoving him. But it was Datishvili lurking. Same with Kasia, who was in their penalty review. Referee from Hungary has made up his mind. Istvan Vads awards a penalty for Georgia. And I'm fairly certain it's going to be Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. Scotland's just with a late scare here. Still, Georgia have to score it. Now, who will take it? Kavicha Kvaratskhelia wants it. Zivzivadze having a chat with him. Just protecting Kvaratskhelia from some of the words that will be yelled at him from behind. Georgia given a penalty for a handball from Aaron Hickey. Now from 12 yards, Angus Gunn of Norwich up against Napoli's Kvaradona. Can Georgia take something home? Might count with goal difference, you just never know. Right at the end of the 4th minute of stoppages. There might be another minute or two added on after this. The referee blows his whistle. In comes Kvaratskhelia, who has belted that over the goal. And the frustrations for Kvaratskhelia are obvious. So disappointed with himself. He came in and really got under that, trying to blast it into the top right corner. Gunn did pick that way, would have had no chance had it been hit under the crossbar. It wasn't far over, but a big miss for Georgia. and disappointing for the fans back in Tbilisi. So Scotland will have their clean sheet. It was unlucky for Aaron Hickey, I must say. Would have only been the second goal in 4 games that Georgia would have conceded, Scotland rather. As for Georgia, they've won one, drawn one. It looks like they're about to lose this one. It was their last ember of hope. Scotland persevering for a third goal. Picked up by Jack. He's given away another foul. And the referee has blown his whistle for full time here at Hampden Park. We won't stay long to wrap the game up, but Scotland have won this by 2-0. The late penalty hit over the bar from Kvaratskhelia and Georgia. It was McGregor in the 6th minute. Then the game came to a grinding halt for 90 minutes. We had the restart finally, and at the break it was 1-0 with a McGregor goal. McTominay scored in the 47th minute. Lovely finish from the edge of the box. And that is how it ends here at Hampden Park. Scotland, they soar to the top of the standings, 12 points. Next is then Georgia, Norway.